Hello, we are Caffeine Consensus, and we decided to focus our hackathon on account abstraction, ERC 4337 for enterprise. The problem today is there are way too many blockers for large enterprises and government organizations to interact with public blockchains. For example, they cannot use software such as MetaMask due to security concerns. They need to fund every employee's wallet with enough funds to pay gas fees, and this becomes a very complex process when you need to keep employee wallets topped up. And even some organizations might not be able to hold crypto, maybe for example a government. And we have an existing public key infrastructure that powers the internet as we know it that are not utilized in the Web3 world. So our solution is to take advantage of this existing infrastructure to create infrastructure and solutions for large enterprises and government organizations to use their existing public key infrastructure with account abstraction for gasless transactions without additional software. So on the computers of many employees today, they already have RSA public and private keys and digital certificates that are signed by the relevant certificate authority. And we can take advantage of these existing keys and use them as the wallet to interact with a smart contract wallet with account abstraction so that employees can now send transactions to Ethereum without ever creating a specific Ethereum wallet. So we want to apply this to a specific use case, and the most important use case in our mind is coffee, because coffee powers the world and it powers our hackathon project. And so what do I mean with a good coffee? I mean we need a clean and green supply chain. So today in the current supply chain there is a lot of actors in supply chains. Many of them are large enterprises, shipping companies, big maritime ships and so on. And if we want to create a trackable supply chain on a public blockchain, we need every entity in the supply chain to be onboarded to Web3. Every single entity needs their own Web3 system, Web3 funding mechanism, and so on. And so we want to simplify all of this process to use their existing infrastructure to be able to send transactions to Ethereum so that even farmers can be crypto bros. And so in our current market analysis, the entire enterprise market segment consists of approximately between 1 to 2 billion people in the world. But since we are specifically targeting the coffee supply chain, the market size is then between $10 and $100 billion approximately. So a bit more deep how it works. So a company has a certificate authority, which is set up, for example, by the IT department already. Every employee has a public-private key on their computer and a digital certificate of the X509 standard that is signed by the certificate. Now, this employee then uses this existing stuff, and when they use our front end and the front end creates an Ethereum transaction, this transaction will then be signed by the employee's private key that they already have. This transaction and signed and signature that is wrapped in a user operation is then sent to the bundler and the entry point contract of the ERC 4333 standard. We also have a company paymaster that pays for the transaction fee if the signature, the certificate was signed by the certificate authority. And we also have a Solidity smart contract to verify RSA signatures. Yeah, and so this is just one of many, many use cases. And you can apply this to any kind of big companies like Binance, Facebook, Amazon, and so on, many other supply chains, and even for donations or other humanitarian goals. So we're a team of 5 that have worked throughout this hackathon. Olga, me, Kim, Alexander, Tobias, and Serge. And we have experience in different fields, so we have complemented each other very well, and it was very fun to work with all of these people. And on to the Figma presentation of our user interface. Thank you.